Hello and welcome back to the Sovereign Sisters podcast. I am the Sovereigness and this is Mystic Minds. So today I was real unsure about what I wanted to talk about other than the energetic updates for the week for the collective. But then I remembered that I will be also doing a segment with my sister and a couple of special guests. So I think what I want to talk about kind of aligns with that. So today we're going to talk a little bit about our soul tribe, soul contracts, soulmates versus twin flames. Okay, so let's start there because I think that's going to be the easiest way to segue into everything else. So first, I do want to I know there's a lot of people that understand the difference between soulmates and twin flames, but a lot of people still are under the impression that we have one soulmate. And a soulmate is somebody that your soul recognizes as family or just um, somebody that you have a soul contract with to either wake you up, remind you, guide you, hurt you, or trigger you, or something, right? Whereas a twin flame is the one person that kind of mirrors you in life. So a soulmate can be your mother, usually is your mother, your father, your siblings, cousins, family members. It's like a built in your family is like built-in soul tribes, whether they are somebody that you resonate with or not. They are there for a reason, and you share blood with that person or those people for a reason. Now, then you have soul tribe members who you choose, like friends who you consider to be family because you are that close to that person or you just resonate with them on a totally different level. They understand you better than some of your own family or all of your family does. So what makes a soulmate different from a twin flame? Your twin flame is somebody who is a reflection of you. Oh, sorry. They're a reflection of you. So if you think about a mirror, if you're standing in front of a mirror and you raise your right hand, the reflection is it's going to seem like it's raising its left hand if you're looking at it from their perspective, right? So it's somebody who is mirroring you in life where you may be up, they may be down, or they may feel one way where you feel another. It's like two different perspectives of the same thing or the same soul. It's like two energies that have been divided and experiencing life at polar opposite ends of the world or whatever energy is present. I hope that makes sense. So you only get one twin flame. When you think of twins, it's one and one to make two. It's not a triple. There's not a triplet, quadruplet. It's a twin flame. So it's the one person that is going to be mirroring you. Whereas a soulmate is literally somebody that you sign a soul contract with before you incarnate here on earth. And I know some people are like, that's not how, I don't believe that's how I got here. This is mystic mind. So y'all gonna go where my mind goes. Okay. So a soulmate, if I'm talking in terms of my mother, she is somebody who I have, how can I explain this? I know there's some people who don't think about how we got here or how we ended up with the mother we ended up with, or even our mother or father or our parents can look at us and be like, how are you my child? And we're so different, right? And we can say the same thing about our parents, but we chose each other before. Your energy doesn't die, and we're just big balls of energy spirits inside of an avatar experiencing this life. So before we showed up, before we incarnated here on earth, our energy was attracted to that man, that woman, that being, that energy to bring us into form, to bring us to share blood with him, most likely because there's something about them that needs to teach us a lesson, or there's something about us that needs to teach them a lesson. And yes, parents, your children can teach you just as you teach them. They're coming, they're coming up behind you, but you have to think of that as another perspective. You have to think of that as maybe there's something that they see that I didn't because I'm moving ahead, but I could be leaving something in, or there's something that I missed that my child is picking up, or something. There needs to be an openness of understanding or understanding or overstanding that the parents aren't the only ones doing the teaching, and there needs to be an openness for the parent to be willing to learn from the child. So I said all that to say that when we incarnate here, I'll use myself as an example. There's something about my soul that was attracted to my mother's energy that said, she's going to teach me something that I need to know, or she's going to raise me in the way that I need to be raised in order for me to fulfill my purpose this lifetime. So, and maybe the thing is, your moon sign will tell you a lot about your mother. My moon is in Libra. So to me, well, with my moon sign being in Libra, I see my mother as somebody who was very fair. Her The way she disciplined, in my opinion, was very fair. The way she um, just moved in life to me was very fair. She was a very fair person, very level-headed, very just, I guess fair is the best way to describe it, but also beautiful, because Libra is ruled by Venus, right? So I see my mother as one of the most beautiful women in the world. And the way she carried herself to me is like graceful. So it's something that I've internalized. As I watched or witnessed my mother, I internalized certain traits from her that I strive to emit or not. You know, it's just it's like an internal um, thing that I have, where I look at different perspectives of things and try to reach a fair or common ground, or look at what is the most logical solution. Like, who else's moon can I use as an example? My husband has a Leo moon. So he probably seen his mother as somebody who was very headstrong, very resilient, fierce, courageous, the life of the party, you know, like, and I see that in her. So I could see how his moon is in Leo. And that's just one thing that I want to say too, is that if you're not aware of more than your sun sign, like if you're somebody who's like, I'm a Leo and that's it, try looking at your moon sign, because that'll tell you even more about yourself. It'll tell you why you think the way you think, why you feel the way you feel, and also how you viewed your mother, or what traits you may have internalized from your mother. Okay. So I said all that to say that my mother is one of my soulmates, because again, I chose her to incarnate through, because there was something about her energy that I knew I was going to need to use as a stepping stone, or she had the gems, she had the energy that I needed to um, catapult me in my purpose here at this time. So she's a soulmate for that reason. My father, the same thing. Those two coming together to create me they're both they're soul tribe members of mine, but also soul mates. Like, there's somebody that my soul had to experience to become who I am. Now, outside of blood, we pick and choose our friends who become our family, or we view more as family, because our soul resonates with them on a deeper level than, oh, that's just blood. And I honestly, if you get to know your bloodline, you'll see that, oh, it's not just blood. There's a lot of triggers that happen within families, especially families for people of color. Like, there's a lot of triggering moments that happen for us, because we're teaching ourselves so many different things. There's so many things within us that we have to share and teach and learn or relearn or unlearn. There's so many things that we have within us that we could use to power ourselves up, but a lot of times we choose to shut down or walk away from. Okay. And then we turn to our outside soulmates, our soul tribe, the people that we would prefer to be with, the people that we feel like get us on a deeper level, because I don't know, I honestly don't know why we feel like we can resonate with people outside of ourselves, outside of our bloodline, more than our bloodline. And I don't want to speak for everybody. That's just been my experience. I've noticed that people who I don't share blood with are more open to my mind. They're more open to my energy than the people in my family. And I think maybe it's because I'm sort of like the black sheep. I'm the one that kind of like wandered off. Like, I know we're all heading east, but there's a whole other direction over here that's calling me. And that's just been me for as long as I can remember. I've been sort of like a rebel, or not, and not without a cause, just because it's like, I don't want to play follow the leader. I feel like why is everybody going that way when there's a whole other way to go, you know? So, and I think that there's more people like that in my family, but there's some people who are afraid to go that direction. So when I veer off and start to do my own thing, I find other people who are on the same journey as me. And maybe that's why I feel like they resonate with me or get me more than my own family does, because they're more open to talking about it, or they're more open to receiving the information that I may have. And that's another thing, guys. And I know this podcast is all over the place, but I told you I didn't know what I wanted to talk about. So this is Mystic Mind for a reason. That's another thing that I wanted to talk about, is that we tend to want to change people's perspectives and we want to change people's minds about things, but it's not meant to be that way all the time. If somebody has an idea, or if somebody has a vision, or if somebody has a dream or a download, or anything that has to do with something that they're feeling or thinking, I don't think that it's fair to dismiss it or negate it or anything, because we are all given different ideas and different visions and different everything for a reason. There's so many things riddled throughout the earth that we've yet to explore or discover. It's almost like it's going to take everybody's perspective. It's going to take everybody's mind. It's going to take everybody's dream to find every last jewel. And that's going to take forever. So if we keep pushing people's ideas and pushing people's dreams, thoughts, and emotions away, we're kind of stagnating ourselves from finding all this beautiful energy that is available here in this physical realm. Oh man, that's a whole other that's a whole other thing I want to talk about, is the different spaces in which I feel we occupy, like, and not here on earth. Like, there's so many other things outside of earth that we can say, oh, life does not exist on Mars, or life does not exist on Venus, life does not exist. And those are just the planets that are in the Milky Way. We can say that, but can we say that when we've yet to explore all of Earth? Like, we don't know if there's life beneath the surface of these planets. You can't say that you've explored all of Venus or all of Mars or all of any planet when you have yet to discover all of your own home of Earth. So, with energy not being something that can die and that travels far and wide throughout the universe, we don't know where we come from. We don't know anything, where everybody's guessing. And I know people can say that they know, but there's no end all be all. Nobody knows this place. This is the one place that I can say everybody is just wandering, trying to figure it out. And so that's why I feel that soul contracts, soul tribes, soul mates are, if you think of it as a video game, right? Think of it like it's a video game where you team up and everybody's trying to figure out how to get to the next level or put the pieces together to get to the next level. And if there's a teammate that's kind of like, they're not working with my energy well, maybe we're not on the same team, maybe this is an op, maybe this is not really somebody that I'm supposed to be going to the next level with, then that's fine. You have every right to be like, so either I'm switching teams or somebody on this team got to go. It's completely fine. I choose to look at life kind of like a game, because there's so many things that just don't make sense. There's no way that this can be real life. There's way too many things up in the air that's like, make it make sense. And since it doesn't, I'm choosing to look at it as if it's like a game, like a puzzle. There's different pieces all over the place that I'm trying to grab and put together to go to the next level or go to the next puzzle or whatever. But I just don't like being stagnant, because I feel like it's not getting us anywhere. And I feel like it's okay to be content, but it is not okay to be stagnant. I feel like we should constantly be progressing in some way, shape, or form. Of course, you have to rest, but then again, that's like I don't know if I uploaded that one or not. But that's what I was telling my sister. Like, we have our soul tribe because sometimes we do get tired, and sometimes you need to lean on somebody that you consider to be a soul tribe or a soul mate, somebody that understands, like, I know you're tired, I'm tired too, but I at least have enough to get us, to keep us going or to pull or whatever. And so, yes, we do love our solitude. Yes, we love to have our time alone. But we also need to remember that it's good to connect with others who we resonate with and others who we don't, because it's good to get a perspective that is totally separate and different from your own, I actually invite you guys to comment down below what you think about any of those ideologies that I brought up. And if there's anything you want me to expand on, especially the soul tribe members outside of family. I probably have 3 or 4 that I could say I consider to be true soul mates that have come into my life, and they feel like family, like they feel like people that I'm supposed to go the distance with, not just like, okay, this next one, I like, you're here with me in this spot right now, or we know each other right now because you can really help me with this level. I feel like these are people that I want to go every single level with. Let's grab the pieces because we're all so different, but we understand one another. So if I'm heading east, somebody else can head west, north, south, like, and we're all bringing different things to the table. So it's good to have the different perspectives, but to also understand that I may not understand you, but I haven't been where you've been. So I trust that what you're saying is valid. Like, it's a valid perspective to have. So yeah, I think that's a good segue into the segment that I'll be doing with my sister and our special guest. Also, considering that last week was going to be a lot about solitude and just kind of like being in your own space, I'm excited to see what the cards are going to say for this week, because I've been feeling like I want to connect with people more in like a lighthearted way. Like, I don't want to just be alone, or in my bubble, in my mind, in my solitude. I actually do want to connect with people. I actually do want to talk and politic and just connect. So with that being said, let's see what we can expect for this week. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I do want to get, we'll start with the wild unknown, the animal oracle, just to see like, what can we expect? People, like, what kind of energy are we embodying this week? And then what kind of energy are we putting out? Because we're already in Taurus season now. I'm also going to pull from the Daily Crystal oracle to see like what type of energy would help us or can help us to ground our energy this week. So for the first animal medicine, I really want to know what type of animal spirit we'll be embodying. I feel like for a lot of us, oh wow, there's a lot of brain activity going on where like artistic ideas or thoughts or the mind kind of being all over the place, which explains this podcast. But also there's a choice. There may be something that comes up where it gives you the choice to look at something as optimistic, or you can choose to look at it. So basically you can look at the glass as half empty or half full. All right, so what is the animal medicine that the bulk of us will be embodying this week? Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. The panther. The panther. This is something that, I mean, if we're embodying this, it could be something that has been trying to get your attention for a long time to get you rebalanced, because the bottom of the deck is the stingray. This could have to do with your emotions. This could have to do with just getting a grip on your emotions, to not be so in control. I could see that, because I really wanted this episode to be like a story time or very structured or something. But really, with the stingray here and then the fish being right underneath that and the scorpion, it's like sometimes you just need to let things flow. You can't be in control of your emotions all the time. Sometimes you have to just let things come out the way they need to come out, and then go from there, flow from there. So this is what we're internalizing. Like on the inside, I feel like some of us are trying to keep it all together, but there's a need to like let things be so that you can rebalance and realign. So what's the energy that will be projecting? How will others be seeing us this week? Ooh. Tarantula comes out. So this is a lot of fire energy. The panther is what we're internalizing, and the tarantula is how we're being perceived. Kind of scary. And it may have to do with ideas, with the eagle at the bottom of the deck. It's like somebody might have a lot of passion for something, or a lot of intellect, or something that is coming off as a lot to process. I could see how, I mean, maybe it's my podcast, but it's coming off as a little bit scary and kind of difficult to understand. But it goes back to what I was saying about different perspectives. Give yourself space to hear somebody out and try to see it from their point of view, or don't, but at least say to yourself, I haven't been to that space, so I can't invalidate what they're saying. If that's where they've been, or if what they're saying is something they've experienced, that's their experience, or that's, like they have a valid reason to feel that way or to have that perspective, or at least I have to agree that they have a valid perspective because I've never been, so I can't say. Now, if you encounter somebody that you have had the same experience with, which is kind of difficult to say that you've had the same experience as somebody, when even if you guys walk through the same valley together, the way you feel about it could be totally different. So you can't really say that you've had the same experience, the exact same experience as somebody. But there's a lot of fire here. There's a lot of passion, a lot of intellect, a lot of artistic expression. Something is not going to be as scary as it may come off as, if you give yourself the space to open your mind, or simply acknowledge it. Acknowledgement is the first step. And I think I was saying that to my sister too. Like, a lot of people want to heal, but you can't heal something until you acknowledge it. So acknowledgement is the first step. Let's see if we can get some crystal inspiration, like what crystal is going to be most helpful for the collective this week. And this is for April 25th to May 1st. That was quick. Bottom of the deck is Shungite, Detox Your Life. And the card that comes out, Lepidolite, Recall Your Dreams. So some of us need to get back to what it is that we love. We do need to recall our dreams to get out of our, what is the word I'm looking for? Not responsibility. Basically, it's time to tap into your inner child. What is it before you had all the responsibilities and pressure of adulthood? What is something that you wanted to do or love to do? That's going to be one thing that you can count on this week. Just going back to that space or recalling what that was for you can help you alleviate some of this rage, some of this harsh expression, or even just getting it out. Like, maybe something has been internalized for so long. Like, I really wish I could do X, Y, and Z. If you can recall what it feels like to actually dive into a dream or dive into something that you really love, that is a great way to get your aggression out, or even just to express yourself, because this fire energy it's like, I do feel like it's the inner child that's been kind of like tapping on somebody like, hey, I've been a little too serious. It's time for us to play a little bit, or to enjoy life and not take it so seriously. The crowning energy is selenite, Clear the Clutter. Have all of these available. I actually have lepidolite here, and I have all the selenite all around me. So and at the center is pyrite, Let the Money Flow In. So some of us may be experiencing some sort of financial strain, or something that has to do with finances. And I think as soon as you shift your focus from that and allow yourself to play and be less serious about life, then you'll start to see an increase of abundance, or just being able to flow easier with getting your finances in order. We're in Taurus season, so practicality is going to be key all season until May 20th. May 20th. So that's what I have for us today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this talk. I hope you guys enjoyed the daily message, the inspiration, or what you can expect for this week. And leave a comment if there's anything here that you want me to expand on, or if you have a differing opinion. I don't mind. I don't mind the challenge. Like I love for people to challenge my ideas or to just even explain their own experience. I'm here for it. So thank you so much for listening and watching. If you are watching on YouTube, I will talk to you all soon, very soon, actually. Peace, love, and progress always, and have a great week.